Hello everyone, welcome back to BPO interview tutorials. I hope you guys are doing really well. And today we came up with an interesting concept that is again relating to our Scrum Master certification tutorials. So far we have seen many topics on Scrum Master. We will go in details. Before that, I would request everyone to share, subscribe our channel, also click on bell icon so that you will get notification on all the upcoming videos. Check out our playlist. You will find approximately 300 plus videos that will help you cracking interviews on project management, Six Sigma certification, operation team leader, call center, BPO interview tutorials, trainers, quality analysts, 7QC tools, Six Sigma certification. Amazing videos, guys. You can give your answers very easily to the HRs whenever they ask you any of the difficult question. So do check and don't miss to subscribe our channel. So today we came up with an interesting concept that is on Scrum roles. So guys, we were learning Scrum certification wherein if we go in past, we have created approximately 7 to 8 videos wherein we were explaining you about the Scrum introduction, then empirical model, then Scrum framework. In the same Scrum framework we have seen Scrum values, and we have artifacts, events, many more are in the coming videos. We have those items in plan, but today we will learn about Scrum roles. So what is Scrum role, how it is useful, and how you can understand what the different roles they will play while working on any of the project. Guys, my agenda is really simple. I will explain you point to point so that you can give those answers to the interviewer and they can understand that yes, you know the concept thoroughly and you can easily clear our interview, guys. So let's start today's concept, that is on Scrum roles. So before moving to our Scrum roles, I want to give you few information about it. The one here is, in the Scrum team, entire Scrum team, there are 10 or lesser than 10 people who will work on one project, and if there are more people, the complexity of the project will get increased, and they need to divide those particular teams into different scrums. So it totally depends on how you want to gauge that product and how you want to move forward. Now second, in the Scrum team, basically we have a cross-functionals members. Cross-functionals, which means we have members from the different departments. For an example, we have a product owner, the person who owns the product. We have Scrum master, we have developers, testers, many more are involved in it. Okay, now basically with all these cross-functional members, there will be one thing, that is transparency. They will only focus on the transparency so that they can understand everything in details and everyone can support each other due to the transparency, and they can complete that project on time with the less cost. Now let's go with the three Scrum roles. Generally we have, the one is product owner, the person who is responsible for the entire product, and he will give us all the understanding about the development and what need to be delivered. Second, we have a developers, the person who create the product, right, the technical team I would say here. Then the last, we have a Scrum master who will play a critical role, a bridge between all the other team members, all the Scrum roles, and they will connect different activities while having a project so that everything will go effectively, and we can have a project before our deadlines. So let's start with the first one we have, that is product owner. Guys, if you are giving this 7 to 8 points during as an answer during your interview, definitely HR will understand you know everything about the product owner. Now the first point here suggests or says the product owner owns the product backlog and write user stories and acceptance criteria. What does it means? You remember, guys, I told you in the Scrum framework that whatever project we have, we will divide into the Scrum, we will divide into sprints. Okay, so if we are working on one sprint and we are keeping our other sprints in a parking lot because those are low priority or less priority, in this way all this needs to be taken care by product owner. Okay, they collectively decide which will goes in first sprint, but the product owner is responsible for it, and he will create the user stories. In the user stories you will understand what is required, everything will be mentioned for that particular sprint. Now acceptance criteria, which means I'll give you a simple example guys, so that you will get a clear understanding. Let's consider we got a request to create a login page. Okay, in the login page we product owner created the user story. Now he required some acceptance criteria there. What kind of acceptance criteria? During the login page, the customer should add the email ID or mobile number along with the password. Second, there should be option called forgot password or save my password. There should be an option called remember my password and reset my password. All these options they should require. If the password is incorrect, it should show some pop-up. So these are the acceptance criteria what a product owner is required. So everything is written by the product owner whenever a product is getting discussed. Now ordering the product backlog items to the best achieve goals, and I already told you guys, right? It's the responsibility of product owner to divide everything in sprint. Like collectively we will divide, but yes, it needs to be kept on priority, which should be on a less priority, it will be decided by the product owner. Third point what we have here is product owner have a clear right to reject the backlog item or accept the backlog item, or reject the sprint or delete the sprint. Now a product owner has a power to cancel the sprint if he thinks the sprint goal is not required or redundant. Ensuring that the product backlog is visible, transparent and clear to all, and shows what the team will work on the future. All the clear understanding, transparency will be given by the product owner, and they will be in the meet. A meet will be arranged by a scrum team. They will have scrum meetings. Everything is done by a specific holder. Now the product owner is the one who is responsible for the return on investment of the product. Again, it's very important, the ROE. Now the product owner to get for the product owner to get succeed, the entire organization must respect his or her decisions. Definitely product owner is sole responsible for the entire product, so definitely we have to respect his or her decisions, guys. Let's move to I hope you understood the product owner. If you still have any doubt, comment sections are always open. You can please write me anything, I will definitely try to help you out, guys. Okay, now second what we have is Scrum Master. The what we are learning from the starting, Scrum Master. But here we will see some points to summarize the roles of the Scrum Master here. The one point what we have here is he will play, the Scrum Master, not he or she, I would say, like some Scrum Master will play a servant leader role who encourage and demand self-organization from the developer team. Finding techniques, effectiveness of the product backlog management. So what best techniques we can follow, what is the best way to get a product backlog to be closed. Sprint can be closed in effective time, like before to the deadline. Everything, the effectiveness will get from the Scrum team or Scrum Master. A Scrum Master enable a close cooperation across the roles and the function, address resources issues and disobedience of the Scrum practices. Yes, exactly. As you have seen the Scrum framework, there are many things. Retrospective, we have sprint planning, sprint review, many things we will have. Why those are there? In order to track the project accurately. Everything have a different roles, everything have a value there, guys. So the Scrum Master is responsible for of everything that are and basically they will address everything during the Scrum meetings, guys. Facilitating Scrum event as needed. Yes, whenever we require a Scrum event, we will learn about the Scrum events in details in upcoming videos. So the Scrum events, how they will help here. Okay, removing impediments to the Scrum team progress. If there are any errors or non-value adds or anything, okay, we will see impediment, this particular concept in details in our upcoming videos, definitely. But meantime you can understand the errors or the non-value adds which are not required or which are less required. If anything that comes, that will be taken care by Scrum team. They will inform to developer and the product owner, and they collectively decide what need to be done next. Now coaching the Scrum team in the organization with the Scrum is fully adopted and understood. Yeah, okay. Next, the person who basically develop the product, the person who do the coding, The people are known as developer team, coding, testing, and whatever else that done by the software team. The development team will also be in the expertise in like shippable of the each sprint. Whenever a sprint is getting moved to one to the developer team, the responsibility of developer team will comes there, and they will complete that particular script sprint on time, and each sprint that should be completed on time is a responsible of developer team, guys. Developer team will decide how many items they will build in the sprint. In the user stories, product owner will mention many things, but in the sprint, definitely developer will tell that okay, with this particular deadline we will deliver this particular thing, and how best they can accomplish this goal. You guys remember one thing, everything that what they are doing right now, they will use different charts. One thing like I would say an example, Kanban chart they will use. They will use Jira tool. If you never tried how to use the Jira tool, I will definitely prepare a video on it, so that you will understand in details like how they can create the user story, how they will assign one work to the developer team. It's a kind of a ticketing portal. Everything will be assigned for that respective project. Okay, the development team is a cross-functional team wherein like they will play a collectively responsible, I would say, everything that they have mentioned in terms of generating a project. Now the development team may not appoint any team lead, since decisions are done collectively by the team. Yes, this is very important. So this is all about the Scrum roles. I hope you understood a basic understanding on the roles and responsibility. Still have any doubt, please share your feedbacks. I will definitely help you out. I thought of giving you an example, but again you guys, again I want to tell you one thing. If I give example now, it will be a partial example, so that will be not a beneficial thing. So what I'll do, once I complete the entire Scrum framework, I will create a video with approximately 5 to 10 examples that will help you in understanding how basically a Scrum Master will work along with their roles and everything. Okay, check out our Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn page. You will find multiple information on all the upcoming vacancies, and also check out our channel, subscribe, don't miss to doing that, guys. And check out our playlist on Scrum Master before watching this video, so that you will understand all the concepts more thoroughly. Still have any doubt, let me know, guys. If not, thanks a lot, have a great day.